All right, we're going to try it again. So for those of you that were on with us for the first 10 minutes or so, we saw the forecast from Beckett, ran through those that we've lost here over the last year and a half. And again, the latest was Chuck Mangione. We were talking about the incredible Hulk Hogan and running through the rest for you. Ozzy Osbourne, as we mentioned, Helen Cornelius, Connie Francis, Chuck Mangione, Hulk Hogan, Malcolm Jamal Warner. They always say it comes in threes. Well, that's at least 6 of those for you right now. So as you are just signing on, we should be back on Instagram, X, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Now, I don't know about Rumble. Rumble may not have fired itself again, but we've got a big show on tap for you today with regards to Trattoria Marcella with our Foodie Friday. I was talking about some things that you might want to discuss with your friends. Home prices jumping to a record high. I'm going to let a lot of you get back on before we show our Foodie and Fitness Friday. According to the National Association of Realtors, the median price of a previously owned home in the U.S., again, $435,000 in June, the highest on record. The cost of existing home sales fell 2.7%. The housing market remains challenging for buyers now because of high mortgage rates. But if the rates fall, the group expects the sales to then pick back up. So again, this is great news for those of you that are looking to sell your home, right? You're getting high dollar for that. However, those buyers are having a hard time. All right, as more of you are finding out that we started the show over again, tell your family, tell your friends. Facebook looks like it's cooperating. Of course, I'm going to leave that up to all of you to make sure that you let me know that that is in fact the case. That was crazy. Never in 2.5 years have I ever seen issues with our business Facebook page, but people were saying that it froze and they went over to YouTube. So we're back on for you. Hopefully we get these people to know that we're back on. Bissinger's opening up a store in Florida. Yeah, featuring an elevated experience. An area staple plans to open its first boutique outside of St. Louis. Bissinger's announced yesterday it's opening a luxury boutique in Palm Beach, Florida. This store marks the company's first expansion outside of the area, which currently hosts 3 of the Chocolatier stores. The store will be located with an elevated experience set to open in September of 2025. They say that they've long loved Palm Beach, and they're very excited to debut this new boutique for their customers. So how cool. When you travel, you don't have to leave your chocolate behind, for those of you that absolutely love going to Bissinger's here in our area. All right, so I got to get the latest on the Coldplay gate. The female HR executive caught on Coldplay's cam resigned after the embrace with the CEO went viral. Multiple news outlets reporting that Kristen Cabot, the executive in charge of human resources at the tech company Astronomer, has resigned. Her departure following the resignation of the CEO, Andy Byron, who quit after the company said he was put on leave pending an investigation. So this episode resulted in endless memes, parody videos, the pair's shocked faces filling social media. Did you all jump on board? I did not, but there were so many news stations that showed like meteorologists and traffic people together holding on and then jumping down. The thing that I think was funny that I wanted to show you is the Rolling Stone magazine article that said, if you're going to a Coldplay concert, this is what you should wear. That's their new merchandise, right? So you've got the nose and the glasses, you got the sweatshirt, but they also said maybe you wear a camouflage shirt so nobody can see you. So yes, if you haven't heard the story, I think you've been living underneath a rock. It is all over everywhere. And these are the 2 involved in the scandal. But now astronomers come out and said the board of directors has initiated a formal investigation into the matter, and they will have additional details to share very shortly. I mentioned the other day, it's just very unfortunate because not only are families affected by this, but an entire company, people losing jobs, the uncertainty of it all. So yeah, I mean, very unfortunate. Okay, in sports news, did you stay up and watch the Cardinals game, the hot Cardinals game? They won 9-7 against the Padres. It's the Padres and the Cardinals. They're on tap at Busch Stadium today. Again, a hot one. First pitch is at 6:15. So do not wear black, wear white. Again, light clothing for sure. And in your National Day of calendar, National Hire a Veteran Day, National Merry-Go-Round Day, Hot Fudge Sundae Day. It is National Wine and Cheese Day, as well as National Thread the Needle, National Get Gnarly, and National Talk in an elevator day? Doesn't everybody always say it's so uncomfortable trying to figure out what you say in an elevator? Everybody looks up, looks around. Just say hello and start. Who knows? You might develop a wonderful relationship and have a great friend as you talk in the elevator. All right. Trying to get some of you back on here to know that looks like, again, I'm asking all of you. Julie's back on with us. Julie, let me know. Is Facebook finally cooperating again? I hope so. We're going to take a break and we're going to talk about, actually, I'm sorry. We've got a City SC back in action for you in St. Louis. And by the way, they welcome the club's first team pet. How cool is this? It's a collaboration with the club's first founding partner and official kit sponsor, Purina. City's in the process of welcoming their first ever team pet to support the players, the staff, and the fans. The team pet, which is a trained and certified facility dog, will provide well-being support by spreading positivity and joy with players, staff, fans, and supporters. I love that. I'm a big animal fan, big dog fan. So congratulations to City SC. If you're going to a game, maybe you'll see the doggies moving around. So far, so good. All right. Thank you so much, Julie. Okay. We're going to take a break and we're going to get into our Foodie Friday. You've heard me talk about them before. Trattoria Marcella. They're located for you just off of that Watson area. And if you're heading to maybe the donut place, or maybe you go to, I talk about a progressive night actually in this one. So Ted Drew's and the donut place and Trattoria Marcella, that would be a big night on tap for you for sure. I want you to come next Thursday to the Tea Spout in Chesterfield. It's going to be on July 31st, our live broadcast from this incredible location. And if you have not been yet, not only can you get wonderful tea and coffee, but you have this adorable store that Amber Hamilton has. I'm sitting in my egg chair. She's got one there for you. And just adjacent to that, for all the kiddos, the kids have their own little spot. So you can have a little separation while they have fun and then enjoy incredible breakfast as well as lunch. They do serve breakfast all day, by the way. The Tea Spout in Chesterfield. Follow them at the Tea Spout or online, theteaspoutstl.com. And I know a lot of you telling me that you're coming on by. Even if you run by for a quick coffee or a quick tea, we would love to see you. All right. I'm hoping that a lot of you get an opportunity to know that we did, in fact, start the show back up. We're here for you, even though there was a little hiccup in Facebook for some reason this morning. Now we're going to get into our Foodie Friday segment. So don't go anywhere.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
Good morning. I'm super excited. You know we love these Foodie Fridays, but this one is with a dear friend of mine, friends of mine, and he will back me up on this when I say, what's our favorite restaurant? Everybody knows this, and they answer the question. Monica and Jim love to go to?
Trattoria Marcella.
There we go. Let's welcome you to the men behind Trattoria Marcella. Maybe, by the way, you've seen a piece that we did a couple years ago, and we're really proud of that. We had so much fun sitting down with the family a couple years ago and introducing you, but if you didn't see that, now we've got them cooking in the kitchen with us. So Steve Komorek and his brother and sister, Jamie and Christine, own Trattoria Marcella for 30 years.
30 years this past June.
You just celebrated last month, right?
Right.
How come there wasn't this big, huge St. Louis party?
We did one for 25.
We were celebrating.
Oh, they were celebrating.
But, you know, Nate's been with us probably close to half of that
That's
time.
what we want to find out. So, Nate, Chef Nate, Nathan Hatch, How many years? He was just saying he was guessing.
It's been 14 and a half
Oh,
years.
14 and a
I
half.
said 14.
Yes.
Yeah. It started when I was 21.
Oh,
so,
just
yeah.
a baby.
So,
I did not think it had been that long, but time gets away from you, and all of a sudden it's like, holy cow. Well, gentlemen, welcome. We are at Slyman Brothers Appliances on Manchester in West County. You're just about 10 minutes away from
yes,
here, right?
I'm in the neighborhood, yes.
So he knew they were here, but Steve's like, how long have they been here? This location, a year. And I love the fact we love to do small business, lifting up small business. 30 years for you, 60 years for Slyman.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Yeah.
The longevity of these businesses amazes me. Did you say, what's the recent thing you bought from them?
So I recently bought a washer and dryer from them. First thing I bought from them, but service was great and delivery was great. But when I came in, I didn't see this. So it must have been just a little bit over a year. What a great demo kitchen and
Yes.
display model for all the high-end appliances that they have. So just really a toy box for chefs.
I was just going to say that. So we're talking Wolf and Sub-Zero and Cove. Those are names like Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
Yeah, the high-end stuff, yeah.
Right? It allows you to do what you do really, really well. We're going to give you background on Trattoria Marcella. We'll put it up on the screen where they're located at 3600 Watson.
Correct.
And again, 30 years, folks. If you've never been, you got to get there. Now, they're not open for lunch. You open up at what time?
We open up at 5 o'clock,
5 o'clock, and you're closed on?
Sunday and Monday.
Sunday and Monday, they need some rest, recuperate to get ready for the week. And then the sister restaurant
Mia
is
Sorello.
Mia Sorello in Town and Country.
Right.
How long has
right
that
up the
one
street.
been there?
Amazing enough, already almost 14 years.
I started as a sous chef there, yeah.
Yeah.
How is this happening?
open,
You're making me feel old, Steve.
You're not looking any older.
So today, we have brought them into our kitchen to do the magic that they do for you at Mia and at Trattoria. What are we going to make today?
Today's going to be a chicken Milanese. It's going to have a field green salad with heirloom cherry tomatoes, watermelon, and fresh burrata on top.
Delicious, really good for our summer months.
Oh, yeah.
It has been oppressively hot. So let me ask
Yes.
this, because you do have seating at both locations outside. Have you seen that less, or are people just dealing with the heat?
On the days that, it's blistery and really humid, you definitely see less. A lot of times we just don't even bother to open the patio
Correct, yeah.
because of the heat. But as it cools down at night,
Yeah.
once the sun goes down, people are outside.
More enjoyable.
Well, it's a great place, by the way, and if you've never thought of them before the Muni, we did that, and I love that. Come in, have dinner, and then go over to the Muni, because the Muni's starting later, and so if they open up at 5, get an early reservation, and you do recommend reservations.
Yes. And I'll tell you, honestly, you can see, or you get to know the Muni season ticket holders, because they're rare. They're there at Trattoria regularly.
Yep.
5:15, 5:30. They come and have dinner, and then they're off to the show.
They're like, I gotta go. We gotta
Oh,
get
yeah.
to the show.
Yeah.
And the Fox. I mean,
the Fox.
it's a wonderful restaurant to go to, again, before you go to the arts. So we're gonna be having fun and cooking, but at the same time, talking about the years. How did you get started in becoming a chef?
I worked right down the street from a restaurant, and to be honest, I was getting in trouble when I was a kid, and I told my parents I need to get a job to stay out of trouble, and Bambino's was right down the street, an Italian restaurant. Started as a dishwasher when I was 15 and a half, and worked there till they closed.
I love that, because I have younger and younger interns, people that are coming to us from an apprentice role, and it is 16, 17, they're in different programs, trying to get them to grow up quick, though. But somebody said this the
push,
other day.
yeah.
What'd you say?
Give them a push.
Give them a push a little bit, but it's really an education and at least an introduction to it. What's the youngest that you have? Do you have anybody working at 15?
So we have family members that start at 13. But
Steve's running a sweatshop.
we do have some younger employees that start at 15.
Yeah.
That have work permits and so forth and so on.
Yeah.
And Mia's right there by Parkway North. We get a lot of the Parkway North kids.
I love
Yeah,
that.
Parkway West.
Parkway West.
Parkway
that's
West.
right, yeah.
Out west, we get a lot of them. In the city, through the years, we've had some young people. Actually, a young St. Louis U High kid lied to me about his age. And,
He wanted to work with you so bad.
Yeah, and he's actually a teacher. Sean O'Brien, he's a teacher at St. Louis U
We're
High
dropping
now.
names.
But he started as a dishwasher, which even with the work permit, that wouldn't have worked. But he worked with us all the way through high school, all the way through college, and just a great kid. And, I think that being in the restaurant business, it gives you a great work ethic.
I agree.
And teaches you about hospitality and how to communicate with people. And
There's so much. I loved my years as a waitress and as a bartender, and I've actually told Jim if I got rid of everything that I was doing, I would go back and bartend. It's so much fun. And well, Jim and I, after we eat dinner, we'll sit up at the bar with your bartender. Sometimes we have such a blast up there. But it does. To go back what Chef Nate said, it is teaching you responsibility. It's teaching you camaraderie. It's teaching you this amazing education. But when did you decide to go from a dishwasher to say, I want to be a chef? Because that's a big jump.
It took a couple years. I think actually when the place I worked at first closed, I Googled best Italian restaurant and Trattoria Marcella came up. And I applied there, and the owner knew Steve, so that helped out. But I think when I saw the environment at Trattoria Marcella, it kind of made me want to step up my game and
It's
be a
incredible.
better chef. Yeah.
You've
You know what?
won.
It was pardon me, but it was kind of a camaraderie, teamwork in the kitchen, collaboration about creativity. And if you go to Nate's Instagram page, I always take new prospective cooks to it. I'm like, that creativity is a big part of the joy
Yes.
of what we do.
Well, that's why I want you to follow. So follow them from a restaurant standpoint on social media. But what is your Instagram account?
Nathan T. Hatch.
Nathan T. Hatch. So look for inspiration, because that's what I always love. We look at these masterpieces that these chefs do, and it's like, okay, I'm going to try to do that. But at least we get some inspiration, some passion. Again, Chef Nathan Hatch, Steve Komorek, one of the owners of Trattoria Marcella. If you have not been, I highly recommend that you get in. I was just getting ready to say, before we get cooking, you've won Best Italian Restaurant how many times?
Ooh, I don't know. We've been open 30 years.
So 30 times?
At least 15.
Yes. And here's the thing.
Yeah.
People will come in from a tourism standpoint. They will hear how we have this wonderful history on the hill, and they're just off the hill getting the best Italian restaurant, which is really impressive.
Right.
What do you think makes you get that #1 status?
You know what? It's really the crew, the team, the passion that they have for the service, the hospitality of the guest. You know, Nate and I both really work diligently to be consistent in the kitchen. So consistency, we do what we do well, and we push some boundaries.
Sure.
But we also know what the guests like and what the guests expect, and that's what we strive for.
Well, and we're going to take a quick break, but we're going to make some items here today, but we're also going to talk about some of their favorites. We're going to talk about what people come in for. We're going to talk about something that is always on the menu. You'll have more of that. Trattoria Marcella, that is our feature on this Foodie Friday, so don't go anywhere.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Welcome back on a Foodie Friday, and today, we want to bring all the different restaurants and chefs that you want us to feature. So email me, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. Let me know, and maybe you're going to introduce us to a brand new restaurant. Maybe I'm introducing you to the first time for you to hear about Trattoria Marcella, which again makes me think you've lived under a rock, but maybe 30 years they just celebrated, and we're featuring Steve Komorek, one of the owners, and Chef Nathan Hatch. So we talked going into the break, before we get into what we need for today's recipes, if you had to pick one dish, Steve, I'm going to put you on the spot here, what would you pick?
You know what? The eggplant risotto that comes with the lamb chops, I love lamb. The lamb chops are delicious. They're lamb loin chops. They're char broiled, and they're served with an eggplant risotto. Roasted eggplant risotto is my absolute favorite.
Okay.
I can't get enough of that dish.
Okay, and Chef?
I'll go with the braised pork shank, the ossobuco.
That's Jim's favorite.
Yeah. I mean, once it comes on the plate in front of you, you're like, whoa, it's overwhelming. So
I will agree. And he's a big eater. So if you have somebody in your family
That's
that's a
the
big
thing,
eater,
too, yeah.
they're going to love that dish.
Yeah.
But then you have a staple that will always be on the menu, which is?
Lobster risotto.
Yes.
risotto, yeah.
But it's not actually on the menu.
It's off the menu.
Off the menu.
That's why
Yeah, so it's
it'll always be there. How about that? It's,
Right.
It's one of those hidden items. You're like,
Exactly.
where is it?
Special,
I've
yeah.
heard about it.
Right.
So was that on the menu in the very beginning?
No, you know
Ah.
what? It was a New Year's Eve special.
That's
And
right.
it went over so well. And it's fresh cracked lobster meat, arborio rice, little spinach, mushrooms, touch of tomato. And the following week when we opened back up, people were calling and said, oh, my friends told me about the lobster risotto. Will you be running that tonight? And we said, yes.
Yeah, I didn't
For
know that
you,
story.
we sure will.
And
That's
so
a new story to me.
people kept asking for it, and we just kept having it.
Was
And
it
then all
actually ever printed on the menu?
Never.
Oh, okay. And I always knew that they had it,
Right.
but it was never, and I'm like, where is it? Oh, it's just there. Just ask for it.
And people will come in and say, oh, I was told to get the lobster risotto. I don't see it on the menu. Or they'll say, I told my friends to come here to get the lobster risotto, but I don't see it on the menu. They just assume because it's been such a staple for probably 29 years. It was probably our first New Year's Eve.
Here's what I wish. That I could just have some that big, just on the side, because risotto is so filling.
Yeah.
Chef, it is, right?
It's
I just want a little bit of it.
Right.
Okay.
I get it.
Can you
I
do that
get
for
it.
me?
yeah, next time around.
But if
Now
you're
I
a
know.
seafood fan, yes. If you're a seafood fan, by the way, they always have an incredible fresh fish of the night. And then you have one of my favorite salads that I have to thank them because they gave me the recipe and then I started making it for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Now I have to make that every Thanksgiving and it's not the easiest thing to make. For you
labor
all, I heard
intensive.
this. It is labor intensive. So if you like Brussels sprouts, or I'm going to say this, if you don't, you have to try them in a shaved portion with the way they make it. So they gave me the recipe, and then here I am shaving it all. Your brother Jamie said, oh, we have a saying around here. If you have time to lean, you have time to shave Brussels.
Yes.
Not clean, but shaved Brussels.
It's a never-ending job keeping up with the shaved Brussels. And I've had people that say, oh, I hate Brussels sprouts. But really, it's almost like a coleslaw texture
Yes.
because the Brussels sprout is
So
shaved
fine.
extra
So
thin.
thin, yeah.
And then you have the crispiness of the Brussels sprout. So it's
So
almost
good.
like coleslaw. And it's really light with the toasted almonds and the cheese and the lemon rosemary
The
vinaigrette.
cheese is a
Fontanella.
oh, Fontanella. Yeah, that's right. Yes. So if you've never tried it that way, I just ask you to try it because I think you would be really, really shocked. We are going to do a salad today, not that one. So
Right.
let's break down again for people just tuning in on our Foodie Friday. Trattoria Marcella, again, Steve Komorek, Chef Nathan Hatch. What are we making again, and then what do we need for our ingredients?
We're making the classic chicken Milanese. We got our chicken breast over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the salad that's going on top, we're just doing a little spin on it with fresh watermelon. We're gonna have fresh burrata, heirloom cherry tomatoes, some homegrown regular tomatoes, and some spring mixed lettuce.
Fantastic. Simple. I like this.
You
The
know what?
last-
It's really simple dinner to make at home.
And we even
yeah.
we even didn't even tell them this, but it's like the last several weeks, every chef that's come in has tried to do that for us. Let's just get simple ingredients with an incredible outcome. Because people, if they're wanting to do what some of these recipes are that we
Right.
have, they're not wanting to have a ton of stuff and then feel overwhelmed like, okay, the chef can do that, but I can't do it at home. We think
This is
anybody can
really-
do this? Okay, which one do we need
You
to
know,
start with?
the other variation that you could do, if you want to do the same dish, and we can talk about this later, but if you really just want to roast the chicken and not do the breadcrumbs, or if you wanted to grill the chicken outside, you don't want to heat up your kitchen, turn on your gas grill outside and grill it up. But you know, this is a great operation. You could use the oven at home, just a little olive oil and roast the chicken breast. So there's a couple variations that we can talk about also.
And speaking of appliances, we are going to use gas. Every week I ask every chef, are you a fan of gas, induction, electric?
I'm both gas, yeah.
Gas?
Gas, they always say gas is king.
I have electric at home because I have electric at home.
Exactly. That is the only reason I have electric is because that's
Right.
what I moved into. But I've been trying to get Jim, nudging him to switch it to gas. Induction, though, have you used induction?
Not very often.
Not
Maybe
often?
one time, yeah.
So we've been doing on these shows induction, we've been using gas. It is fun to see just how quick it heats up, I will say that.
Really?
So when you come into Slyman, ask them about induction, ask them about gas, ask them about this incredible steam oven, which just blows my mind. I got a facial from the steam last week. Again, the appliances here are second to none. Slyman Brothers Appliances, remember them. West County, South County, they also have other locations, but that's where we do our Foodie Fridays. Okay, so what are we starting with? We're gonna start with the chicken?
Yeah, first we're gonna bread the chicken.
Okay.
Your traditional
Gloves.
flour.
It's like he's the
Exactly.
doctor now.
Get my
Dr.
gloves
Steve.
on.
Yep, putting them to work.
So we have to say this also, with 14 years, you've learned more and more and more, and you're taking on more responsibilities because I see you in the front of house running around.
Oh,
Are
yes.
you interested in, if they ever say they're retiring, maybe taking over?
I'm definitely interested, and I'm just interested in learning the whole the whole show, I would say.
You would do a great
There's
job.
a lot of aspects.
There's a
that
lot to it.
Being in the kitchen, you don't get the full picture.
It
But
definitely.
Nate gravitates to it. He's great with the customers.
He is.
That's a big thing.
I will second that. He's phenomenal. He's a class act for sure. Okay, chicken.
So I'm going to go ahead and so we have
I'm gonna get this out.
an 8-ounce. We have an 8-ounce chicken breast, boneless chicken breast. We use all fresh chicken, and I'm just going to coat it in the flour. A little bit of egg wash, and then straight into the breadcrumbs. These breadcrumbs are our ciabatta breadcrumbs,
Okay.
but you can use, I like to call them aromatic breadcrumbs because we put not only salt and pepper and a little bit of grated cheese in these breadcrumbs and parsley, but we also put a little bit of thyme and rosemary in there to season it and give it a little bit more flavor. So this is the end result, and then
What do we need to put in the pan?
All right, so I preheated this pan right here. We're gonna use olive oil today, but at home, if you want to use canola oil or something with a lower smoke temp, that's totally fine. But we're gonna do olive oil today.
Okay. So we did, and again, we'll have our moderators drop in the story that we did with Christine and Jamie and Steve a couple of years ago. And we
was
talked
great.
about, I love that piece so much. It really is one of my favorites in my last 2.5 years of doing this show. I just think it was so beautifully done, told their story. So go back to that. But we showed what you make in your toasted ravioli, because you do get the best toasted ravioli in St. Louis. It's very different. Do you want to walk through and tell them what you put in that?
So we braise a mixture of chuck roll or beef chuck roll and pork butt. And then we braise it with your normal carrots, celery, onions, kind of the mirepoix vegetables. And that gets braised almost like a Sunday stew for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So it's real tender. And then we grind it all up with spinach, Parmesan, garlic, all your traditional Italian seasonings. And that's about it.
No, it's amazing to watch. That's not about it, because there's a lot of other people. I mean, you go to other restaurants and it's like, why is it so different? Because they don't go to that extent.
well, you know what? We make the ravioli by hand.
Yes.
And the dough, yeah.
And we make the dough. They're never frozen. They're always fresh. It is a full-time job every day of the week for 8 hours of one person making toasted ravioli.
It's a hate-love
It's the
relationship.
ravioli and the Brussels sprouts.
Right? Yeah, you know what?
all we need.
So it can be a little bit of a curse for a creative chef to have so many house specialties, but it's a blessing at the same time. So the Frito misto, the calamari and crispy fried, flash fried spinach, the polenta fries with the caramelized Marcella and gorgonzola, the lobster risotto, the stuffed artichoke with couscous. I mean, we have so many items that it's just hard to take them off the menu
Correct.
to add something new.
Yes.
So we rely on specials. Nate does a great job ordering some of the best fish in town.
You do.
Fresh fish, and frequently we'll have 2 different fish specials in the night, along with pasta special and a salad special, and that gives Nate room for the creativity.
And can we give a shout out to my favorite, Joey? I love you, and he's doing good.
He's doing great.
I love that. So for those of you that know Joey, he's been with you the entire time,
The
right?
entire time, the very first team member to come on board with
30
us, and he was a
years.
friend before that.
Yes, and we've got a picture here we're going to drop in of Joey. We love Joey, and we have followed his health struggles, and now we hear he's doing great. I mean, that's the whole thing. I love to see his smiling face. So now this is the thing, though. When you make your reservation, you can try to say that you want Joey, but everybody wants Joey. So they have an incredible staff, though, so you can't go wrong with anybody taking care of you.
It is a little bit of a challenge because it may be, Joey could fill up the whole back room sometimes with the amount of customers that want him to wait on.
I know.
So it's just like, who's the first one that asked for him?
Joey,
type of
Joey,
thing.
Joey. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so we're going to transfer this, but
All right.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Got our skillet hot. Oil's rippling a little. Yeah, head on low.
I'd turn it up.
All right.
Chicken.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Can't
right?
go wrong. All right.
Hey, Nate,
Sizzles.
you might be. Please do the one.
I was thinking I don't want to crowd the pan, so I'm just going to cook one, I think, at the time.
Yeah, that one's claustrophobic.
Yeah.
All right, again, Trattoria Marcella, located on Watson. Here's the thing. I do want you to hang around and try some of their desserts. But if you say, Ooh, right around the corner is Ted Drew's.
Oh,
yes.
that's a good one.
Then you can make it a whole night.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
We haven't been yet this year. We got to go.
You know what? I tell people, as you're driving to Ted Drew's, you're going down Watson, which is a couple blocks, stop at Donut Drive-In,
Oh,
get a couple donuts there, and then go to Ted Drew's. That's for the full.
That's a full
full
night.
experience?
That's a full night. Yeah.
Even if the donuts are for the next morning, but
I've never
donut
been
and-
there.
Oh my gosh!
And they've been there how long? Do you know?
Ever since I was born.
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
what.
that.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a long. It's as
a
old
neighborhood-
as Slyman,
It's
at least.
it's a neighborhood favorite for sure.
So there you go. Now you know exactly what to do. It is a progressive night,
Yeah.
which I love, by the way. You could go somewhere, have appetizers, go somewhere, have dinner, go somewhere, have desserts, make it a whole night. So as a chef, sometimes people are afraid of overcooking, undercooking. So what are we looking for color-wise?
Well, when I pan-sear chicken, I think a lot of people do it too high the heat. So we're just trying to do like a medium heat, and then we're gonna get a nice color on it, a nice golden color, and we'll flip it, and then we'll finish it in the oven.
Okay.
That way we can kind of control everything a little more easy.
Okay. Because people
You
do
want to show them where it's
overdo.
going, Nate? The color. Maybe?
Yeah.
People overdo chicken and it ends up being chewy.
Yeah, so I think
And this is a thin.
It is a
chicken
thin
breast.
we
So
chummed
that's
it a
where-
little bit,
right.
correct? Yeah.
So
You know
that's
what?
where it could be.
And I notice in the grocery stores they have a lot of big chicken
Right.
breasts. Try to buy young chickens.
Okay.
Young chicken breast, smaller chicken breast, or you can slice them in half and pound them a little bit.
Okay.
Oil for us.
You definitely want a thinner chicken breast for Milanese.
Okay. Is there any reason to ever have that big, thick chicken?
If you're going to use like a braised chicken, say for
It's a heart, Nate.
It's a heart. It's love.
so like a cannelloni filling or like some kind of chicken ragu, you may want to use that where you're braising it longer. The smaller the chicken breast, the more tender the chicken.
More tender. That's what I would think. And
Yeah.
I think guys have a tendency to always want to do bigger's better. And I always look at that going, no, I don't think that's good. See, my mind always goes to this. It's more feminine.
Yes.
If you're just tuning in, Steve Komorek, Chef Nathan Hatcher, you might call him Chef Nate, again in the kitchen. We are cooking up with Trattoria Marcella, and if you've never been there, we highly recommend you go. Because again, best Italian for at least 15 years, if not more, that they get regularly. What was the most recent award that you were asking people to vote you for? Was it?
Oh, that was a food fight.
Okay, yeah.
That was the St. Louis Magazine food fight.
Yes.
And it was Best Italian.
Best
Again.
Italian. Come on,
Yeah.
they knocked him out.
We might want to do that one too,
Yeah.
so we can finish that in the oven.
Yeah, so we got a nice color on the top part.
That's
we can
beautiful color.
transfer it over to our plate,
Okay.
and then we'll do
And then we're going to finish it for how long? And we've got the oven on 350. So how long would you put it in the oven? Once we put it in there, it's going to be what?
I think maybe about 4 to 6 minutes.
Oh, that's nothing.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
we're going
with
to.
it being so thin, it's going to help out a lot. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll put those in and then we'll work on our salad. This salad is perfect for summer.
Yes.
I love, and I don't know if all of you have never tried watermelon with like a good burrata, you're missing out. This right here, I could have just that.
yeah.
Basil, burrata, watermelon. Oh, and heirloom tomatoes. Yum yum. I don't even need more green. I just want to eat that.
You know what? We've been using the combination of the salad and the greens, whether it's arugula or just field greens at the restaurant. We've been doing that for a long time with the tomatoes and fresh mozzarella, basil. This time and it is going to be ran as a special, but this time we added the watermelon, really because of the burrata. Those are a natural combination.
Yeah.
And so this is a little bit different than what we've normally ran. So this is the first time that we're actually making it.
I did that in, let's see, it was a memorial show that we did with my old coworker Chris Higgins when I was at Channel 2, and we did a memorial show at my house, Memorial Day party at my house, talking about all the things that you could grill. And we were grilling Twinkies and all this silly stuff.
wow.
But we grilled watermelon, and we had some cheese, some burrata cheese with it. We had some basil, but they were like a little sandwich pieces.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Together, we stacked them all up, and it had a little grill in it, and then we had maybe some olive oil. It was so amazing. But yeah, if you want to try to grill something up, you could do that too. I love grilled fruit.
I do too.
right?
Yeah.
So you talked about, before we went on, we were talking about where you had studied and where you lived. You were in Italy for how long?
I was in Italy for 4 months. It was a slow food program that was sponsored by the Ministry of Culture of the Italian government. And it was essentially to show chefs from around the world the regionality of Italian food. Instead of thinking of fettuccine alfredo or lasagna is Italian food, the regionality and understanding how the food from Sicily was influenced from North Africa or Spain, and how the influence came up through the boot, or how the influences came down from like Austria into northern Italy, and how these dishes through the centuries had been created and changed because of the regionality.
The region, yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was living in Marche, the Marche region of Italy, which is Central Adriatic. And I said to one of the chefs that I was working with, I said, it's amazing that you're so close to the Adriatic. We were about 22 kilometers from the Adriatic. And I said, it's amazing you don't use any of the fish from the Adriatic. He said, no, we use the fish from the streams and the squirrels in the trees and the rabbits. That's our terra.
Oh, wow.
That's their terra.
Really?
So it was that micro that you use what's in your backyard kind of thing.
And you use it all.
Yeah.
You use everything.
And you use every bit of it.
Again, we are talking with Steve Komorek and Chef Nathan Hatch. So we're going to take the chicken. We're
Yep.
going to put that in for, you said, 4 to 6 minutes?
Yeah, 4 to 6 minutes.
Okay, while we do that, so run through again, Steve, for us what our ingredients are for this salad. Very simple. You can do this at home.
So Nate's going to take some of the field greens. We're not going to use all those field greens. He's going to cut up some of the vine-ripened, homegrown tomatoes. Going to slice in half the heirloom cherry tomatoes. We're going to come back to the basil and kind of tear that across the top, and then also shred the burrata. This is the burrata cheese. Some people might not know what burrata is.
I was just going to say, pause that before we get to watermelon.
Whole milk mozzarella, which is filled with the cream also, and the shreds of mozzarella on the inside. So when you open it up, it's like a little surprise. It's super creamy, unlike a regular mozzarella. They do, when I came back from Italy, you couldn't find burrata anywhere, so we were always making it. They do have it at local grocery stores that you can pick it up in their cheese departments today. And then we got wonderfully sweet local watermelon, and we're all good.
And it's going to be perfect.
Oh, we're going to, little drizzle of olive oil, a little bit of salt on the salad, and some white balsamic vinegar.
White, okay. All right, we're going to, and what's, wait, is this the secret ingredient?
The very, after, it's one of the
He's
last
excited
things,
by this.
we're going to drizzle a little bit of balsamic glaze because everybody just loves the balsamic
Who
glaze,
doesn't?
it seems like.
If you don't, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to put this together, and then it'll be time for a little taste testing. We'll see how we did in the kitchen, how they did, because see, I just sat here and talked. Steve Komorek, Chef Nathan Hatch, Trattoria Marcella. If you haven't been, introduce yourself. If you haven't been in a while, you got to get back. That is our feature for Foodie Friday.
Carroll House Furniture Homes look the best because of our free design service. Our designers please your taste.
Let's reimagine your room with 50 brand name choices.
We'll create a 3D design with a 360 view for your room.
Free design services are just the beginning. Free 0% financing, fast free delivery and setup, and the guaranteed lowest prices in the country with no stipulations.
You'll get a perfect custom floor plan for your new dream room.
Carroll House Design, because you like nice things.
Welcome back. And if you are just tuning in, you've missed a good 20 minutes of us giving a little backstory of Trattoria Marcella. We've already done our chicken dish. That's in the oven right now, finishing up as we move on to our salad. Chef Nathan Hatch and Steve Komorek, one of the owners, along with Jamie and Christine Komorek. He's been there 14 years. They've been there 30 years. And if you've never been, you're really missing out. So I highly recommend that you get in. There is a reason why Jim and I are always there, because it really, truly is one of the most magnificent restaurants that we have in St. Louis. We are very proud of them. So we're going to make a salad that is simple ingredients, but it's the fresh aspect. So you were talking about fresh grown tomatoes. Do you all have a garden right nearby there?
We used to have a garden we built on top of it, but with the amount of local farmers, even the big distributors like Kuna, buy from all the local farmers now, and we're able to bring it to your door. Yeah. So we used to grow artichokes in our backyard at Trattoria.
I thought so.
I did tomatoes on the roof one year.
On the roof. See, I love those. I mean, those are the stories. But wouldn't you say, Chef, the most important thing about a really great dish is fresh, fresh, fresh?
I think that's what makes key to a great dish.
Right.
It's the fresh ingredients, seasonal, of course. Yeah.
Okay, let's mix this one up. Again,
right,
simple
perfect.
ingredients.
So these are the homegrown tomatoes. Stevie grew these at his house.
Thanks, Steve.
You're welcome. we'll give my wife credit for that one. And my grandchildren.
What is it about being drawn to different colored tomatoes? I love a yellow tomato and even like purplish green ones.
Yeah, it's really the vibrancy of the colors, and you eat with your eyes.
Yes.
So as you see the different colors, it entices the appetite.
Okay.
We added especially the yellow tomatoes and the green tomatoes because of the watermelon is red, the tomatoes are red. So you kind of get the idea that we're doing something a little bit different.
We do eat with our eyes, don't we?
Right. Mm-hmm. And I think Nate's gonna go ahead and slice those, kind of open them up, let the juices marry in there. If you didn't, it would be fine, but I think the flavors of the balsamic and stuff will
Help marinate better, for sure. Yeah, all the juices get released.
As opposed to having it just full.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is this salad here that you're topping can be eaten on its own, can be a starter. You could add some type of sauteed shrimp or grilled shrimp with the salad.
Okay.
But you can also add different vegetables. You can add green beans, roasted green beans, blanched green beans, radishes, maybe julienne carrots. So you can add several different ingredients in there to kind of change it up. Sometimes it's a good way to clean out your fridge.
My grandma used to tell my mom, you know what we're having tonight? Musco. And she was like, Musco? What's that? Everything in the refrigerator must go.
I like it. That's
you know what? We're lucky at the restaurant because usually every night everything turns and we start over. So we don't have muscos at the restaurant.
You can't order musco, but you can order lobster risotto, even though it's not on the menu. But musco's not on the menu. So again, we're talking about watermelon and burrata cheese, some basil, some fresh tomatoes, and then mixed greens. Then we have some olive oil.
Olive oil, and I'm just going to do a real simple kind of vinaigrette, I guess you'd call it, but a little salt, olive oil, and then we got a little white balsamic vinegar we're going to kind of just do a little splash on for us.
That really is, and especially, I'm going to always tie in nutrition and health. People who are wanting to get healthier, don't douse your salad in a ridiculous amount of dressing.
Right.
That's where they go wrong.
Right.
They're trying to eat healthy, and then it's like, well, you just put 1,000 calories right there in that dressing. But yes, olive oils and balsamic vinegar, but we do have a glaze that you're going to put on as a secret at the end.
Yep.
Exactly.
Well, see, that just looks pretty.
Right? Looks like summer.
That is summer in a bowl, Nate.
For sure, for sure. So,
It's that simple.
And if you have the great ingredients, everything's there for you. Makes
Okay.
it more easy.
So if we're preparing this at our house, and we've got all the ingredients ready to go, because a lot of times it's all the prep work, which is why
correct. I think that's
sous
the hardest
chefs are
part
amazing,
on this
right?
recipe. Yeah.
It's all the assistant help, right? It's once you have everything ready, then you get to do your magic.
Yeah, you can put it all
But
together.
let's say from beginning to end of preparation to serving this to your family, take about how long?
I would think no more than 15, 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Including prep time. Okay, well that's pretty simple.
Yeah.
That's your husband, wife saying,
Don't come
I'm on my
hunt
way
me down,
home.
but
That was 21, Nate. I'm on my way home. Okay, I'll have this done for you.
There
Look, you are making hearts with love everywhere. Look at this, folks.
just can't
He
help
had it
it.
in the chicken. Now we have it in the salad.
it's bleeding out of me.
Okay, we're going to plate it up.
He's a lover boy. We're going to get the chicken out of
He's
the
a
oven.
lover boy.
All right, chicken out of the oven.
Chicken time.
Be careful, it's hot.
Hot, Monica.
Come on in.
All right.
Our chickens are hearts.
And then we're gonna place it on here, kind of family style. And then we got our fresh summer salad right here. I'm gonna try to do the greens more towards the bottom and put all the other stuff on top.
Do you have this on the menu?
We're going to be running it as a special
Okay.
throughout the rest of the summer.
I was going to say, I haven't seen this. So it's hard for people who have been going to Trattoria Marcella
Look
for
at
a
that.
while because you want to get your staples. When you're thinking of a restaurant that you enjoy, your mind right away goes to, ooh, I can't wait to order this. But the problem is there are so many amazing items on their menu that you really do have to get out of your comfort zone and try different things. There's not one dish where you're going to go wrong.
All right, now we got that fresh
You know what
salad.
dish
I think
you
you're going
had?
to look like the gourmet chef at home when you make this.
Yes, look at this. I mean, color-wise, it's gorgeous.
And now we're gonna just finish it with a little fresh olive oil.
I love olive oil. I brought
know,
some
me
olive
too.
oil back from Italy. Oh
Yeah.
my Lord. I was just like, can I please sop up every little ounce of that? And then here it is.
A secret ingredient.
What is
Not
this
too
again?
much.
Just a little
Reduced
balsamic glaze?
balsamic vinegar, yeah, just make balsamic glaze.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna do a burrata. And we're just gonna kind of tear it in little pieces here.
Maybe show them the inside.
Yeah, so
That's the creamy side,
Yeah,
right?
you're right. So that's like what they make the mozzarella out of.
Okay.
And so yeah, it's like a creamy mozzarella inside.
So there you go. That's the thing. Sometimes people, when they start to introduce themselves more and more to different culinary aspects, they look at menus and go, I don't know, what the heck is that? I'm not going to order it. You
Right.
just got to teach yourself. Burrata, it's
Definitely.
just mozzarella cheese with a little cream in the middle.
Yeah, it's cheese on cheese.
Cheese on cheese.
Oops, sorry about that.
And then did we already put
And then
some
I
basil
think,
in?
Oh, a little basil and fresh cracked pepper, and we are finished.
We're finished?
Here. Yeah. So
And it's
fresh
time
basil,
to taste your magic.
and the
That is
cracked
really
pepper.
beautiful. I just want to take a picture for Instagram. We're going to have to do that before we taste it because
Those
it
look
just
great,
looks pretty.
yeah.
It does. You should be very proud of that. You
do you
should
go,
be,
Chef?
right?
I'm very proud of that. Yes, it's a very.
are. Our
That's a
team
perfect,
here.
perfect summer
Look,
dish.
my
right there.
team loves to do these cooking shows because they get to eat. We're going to try it first. I
That's the
realized
best part, yeah.
until last week that I always go, all right, and we wrap up. I'm like, wait a minute, we didn't try
We
our
didn't eat
food.
anything yet.
So I'm going to let Gabriel take a quick picture for Instagram, and then we're going to take our break, and we're going to come back and wrap up. Make sure you know how to get to Trattoria Marcella. Take your date night out, get the family together, have a reunion there. Again, make it a part of your life because we will not steer you wrong. There's a reason why they regularly get Best Italian. More with Steve, Chef Nate, and myself when we return.
This lady got me in the best shape of my life. I literally didn't know that I could be in shape like that. But the amount that she pours into her clients, and especially whenever you get the one-on-one training, it's mind-blowing. I mean, it was really life-changing. I learned so much about proper form, about nutrition, about just being able to invest in myself. I hired Monica to be my personal trainer, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made.
All right, folks, welcome back. I hope you have watched the entire show. If not, that's the beauty of streaming. Now you can take it, share it with your family and friends. They're going to do the same. And get into Trattoria Marcella. Maybe you'll get a chance to have this for one of their summer dishes that they're going to put on for you. Chef Nathan Hatch, Steve Komorek, and we are now going to taste. The entire team here said, holy cow, the basil smells amazing. So we're just gonna do a little taste for you, and then you can order this. So if you're gonna have this on the menu soon? Not on the menu, but on the summer.
We will have it on the menu
As a
this
special.
week and running throughout.
You know what I remember that you had back in 2015, and the reason I know this is because it was for our engagement party. You had some kind of pasta that was chocolate.
Oh yeah, chocolate pasta.
Will you
yeah.
please do that again? Was it braised beef?
It was braised beef, and I think we did butternut squash or something.
Yes.
But yeah,
Oh, it was
we
so
like doing
good.
that.
We did it with braised boar too.
Oh,
Braised boar?
yeah.
Oh, braised boar? That's what it was. That is what it was.
That's a good fall time one.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you haven't had it back, have you?
We haven't made it last fall, but
Okay.
now we're going to.
I'm bringing it back. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Get
Perfect.
your chicken. Now we got to get a little.
I want the watermelon.
I want a watermelon
burrata.
and this. See, I went right for the yellow tomato, and some basil, and a little burrata. He's like, Monica, get out of my way.
Oh, you're good. I lost my chicken.
Really good.
You can't. Don't lose your chicken. And a little watermelon. I gotta get a big piece. All right, ready?
Simple.
Light.
Oh, that's good. Summer.
Yeah.
Summer on a plate. Delicious.
Thank you very
Good
much.
job.
Thank you.
Again, if you've never been, you got to get to the #1 Italian restaurant in St. Louis, Trattoria Marcella, and look for these guys. They're there. He'll be going around greeting you. Every single person there, they have truly an amazing staff. And then maybe stick around a little bit right now, does Clay have his turned up mustache?
He doesn't. I think in the fall he will.
You'll know?
It's too hot.
How about this? If you know, you know. That's all I have to say.
Right.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Monica.
Nathan.
Thank
Chef
you, Monica.
Nate.
Always a joy getting together with you.
Oh, I love it. And again, by the way, if there is a chef or a restaurant that you would like for us to feature, let us know. Next week, this is going to be fun. I was talking to Nate about this beforehand. Foodies Eat First Festival coming into town. This is an Instagram star, right?
Correct. Yeah. I think this is his first time doing something like this, and I'm excited for him.
He wants it to be a food festival very similar to a music festival. So it'll be fun introducing you to maybe a bunch of restaurants you've never ever tried before. So we're excited for that. And again, whatever you would like to see us do in August, this show is all about you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have more to come again on this Foodie Friday.
Life, and you getting one of these to, if you've thought about pulling the trigger on getting a regular pool and it hasn't been your time, then maybe you go into Spas and More in Sunset Hills and say, okay, I heard you guys talking about swim spas. I heard you talking about spas. She's going to talk next week with us, by the way, how it's helped her from a health standpoint with autoimmune disease. We're talking about trauma. If you want to get in the cold plunge, a lot of people want to know who I can get those from. Well, you can get them from Spas and More. And please do, by the way, support those that support us. Not only do they have the cold plunges, but they have the saunas as well. And it's known as a sweaty goat. Goat, by the way, you get it? GOAT, greatest of all time. So this is all affiliated with the wonderful Michael Phelps. Spas and More. When it comes time for you to want to just sit and relax and enjoy the lap of luxury and know that this is the therapeutic side of life, Spas and More is .com. One of our many sponsors. And if you want to be a part of the show, and more people are coming on board, we've got even more that we're talking to next week. I'm really excited for you to be watching and for our sponsors to be a part of this. One of our sponsors is also Crunch Fitness, and I always promise to bring a little fitness into play. So today we're going to feature an 18-year-old and a 73-year-old. And by the way, that 18-year-old is none other than Ruby Leigh. You know her, you love her, you saw her on The Voice, and now hopefully you're getting an opportunity to see her perform all over. In fact, she just told me she's going to be performing at the Ryman, yes, in Nashville, with the amazing Postmodern Jukebox. If you've never heard of that group, look them up. They are so awesome, and she'll be performing with them at the Ryman coming up next month. Keep an eye out for that, and so many more shows to come. Well, I was with her yesterday, putting her through a workout, and I thought I'd show you some of that workouts because maybe you'll want to implement some of these exercises in your own routine. Maybe this one. So I put her on a Bosu ball. When you do squats, take yourself through so many different levels. This throws your balance off. I had her go slow and controlled, and we focused on the importance of pushing through the heels. So we did 3 sets of 15 reps, but not all together. We decided to take that and go through a full giant set. So we went from one exercise to the next. So there were 5 exercises that I put her through. This was one of them. I will give you the full rundown of the workout that I did with Ruby and the workout that I did with my client Janis. So I'm showing you, it really doesn't matter the age, whether you're 18 like she is, or you are 73 like my client Janis is. Look at this rock star. Yeah, going through, again, this is Crunch Fitness. Now, this particular one is the one in Baldwin. And then I trained Ruby yesterday at the one in St. Peter's. Welcome aboard, St. Peter's, by the way. They just opened their doors on Wednesday. So, Janis, killing it in the gym at 73. And she actually hired me 3 years ago and said, Monica, please don't train me like a 70-year-old. And I was like, you got it. Sometimes I think she regrets saying those things to me, but she works really hard. So there are so many different machines, free weights, barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, and then an entire HIIT zone area. They have a hot stuff room, and they call it hot stuff because it's not just hot yoga. You can do yoga, Pilates, bar training, HIIT training, all in a hot room. And I know a lot of you absolutely love that. So going through and showing you some exercises. Again, do your squats on a Bosu ball, throw the balance into play, use your core more along with your legs, do the rope. If you've never, I'm not talking about the rope, the battle rope, but this, when you go to Crunch Fitness, find that HIIT room. And my clients, when I put those through that, again, using some upper body work, using the endurance side. If you don't want to do that one, how about you challenge your core with the captain's chair? And I'll tell you, after we did this, immediately Janis said, oh my gosh, I did it. I've never been able to do it before. And as you can see, she stops here and there, but that's what you should do so that you're not getting sloppy in your form. You regain your form and then you continue. So come on, folks. It takes a lot of upper body strength to be able to do this, let alone using your abdominal strength. We did 3 rounds of 15 with Janis there. So I'm showing you some core exercises that you can do, as well as leg exercises and endurance. Okay, 73-year-old. I want you to think about your moms and your grandparents. Tell me if they're doing this. Yeah, look at Janis killing it with the sled. Now I'm going to show you 2 different videos. This particular one that she started with, she was doing good, okay? And then we went all the way across the HIIT zone. So as I said, when you go to Crunch Fitness, look for the HIIT room. So we went from one side of the X and then looked for that line to pass. But I came into this and I said, much better form. See how she's down more? I want you to drive downward with your legs. If you have to stand up here and there, that's fine, but try to get, I told her, get down and get dirty. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're showing you a workout on this Foodie and Fitness Friday. So after you eat the incredible Italian food, and then you say, I want to work it off, that's right. Don't beat yourself up. Just get in the gym and get your training done. And if you don't have access to a gym, train at home. You don't need the weights. That just makes it a little bit more fun. And Crunch Fitness, again, is where I want you to check out. Florissant, Baldwin, and now St. Peter's. And I can't wait to find out where the next location will be. So showing you some sled pushes. And again, I don't care what age somebody is. I am going to push you. I'm going to get you in the best shape. In fact, just a month ago, Ruby came to me. I think this is now our 5th session that we've trained together. She's already lost 20 pounds with me. She's got a goal as she gets ready for her performances in August. So we showed you the sled with Janis, and then look, the tire, just rocking it, Ruby. Way to go, my girl. Pushing it across. And yep, right there at the end, she's like, I felt that. You will feel it. Core training, leg training, upper body training. And it really depends on where your strength is as far as what takes over. Now, when I first showed them that, a lot of people will have their butts up higher in the air. I want you to get down. The way you do mountain climbers is really the kind of form that you want to do there. And then, of course, at the end, you saw Ruby say, I'm done. I felt it. And this is how Janis felt at the end.
I am so done. What'd you say? I am done. I am.
And she was, and fulfilled. So once again, if you haven't been to Crunch Fitness, do me a favor, try it out. And next month, we will be giving you an opportunity to win a full 1-year membership, no strings attached. Already, Cindra Smith has won. Michael T. Gray has won. And I saw Cindra in the gym yesterday, by the way. She stopped by to say hi. I can't wait to see if you're the winner. If you are interested in getting a free membership, all you have to do is shoot me a message here in the comments or send me an email, info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com, and just say, I want to be put in the drawing for August, September, October, November, December. We have one a month for the rest of the year. Thank you, by the way, again, to Crunch Fitness and to each and every one of our incredible sponsors, Spas and More, Great Works LLC that we talked about in my first show. And by the way, if you are just tuning in, for some reason, and it's never happened in 2.5 years, Facebook froze on all the live streams that happened this morning. So I went back and looked during the foodie segment, and evidently only 7 minutes of the show, right in the middle of us talking to Beckett, it froze up. So I did delete that already. Tell everybody now to watch this particular show. So they can see the full food segment, they can see the full fitness segment, and that's the one I want them to share. Crunch Fitness, as you just heard about, Slyman Brothers, you saw us in their kitchen, Carroll House Furniture, Yuppie Puppy Pet Spa. Can't wait to get back with Jessica in August. We only do Positive Talk Time once a month in June and July because they're so crazy busy. Also, Defiance Ridge Vineyards, Chuck Gillentine. Can't wait to get back with him with our Wet Your Whistle Wednesday. He's off for the next couple of weeks on the Rhine River, so we'll be back with him in August. Dot Fleshman, real estate agent, speaking about coming back in August. She does our real estate, and we just talked about the price of the homes being up higher than it's been in a long time, interest rates being up. Can't wait to talk to her about all those things and so much more. And let me tell you about our friends over at Just Pools, because again, I know a lot of you are dealing with the oppressive heat and just thinking, holy cow, how do I get reprieve from it? Either stay in the air conditioning or get out for just little bouts. Again, I love you exercising, but this is why I'd prefer for you to go to the gym, go to Crunch, stay in the air conditioning, get your sweat on, but then don't be dealing with the dangerous conditions. If you are going to go outside, I would think you'd want to be in a pool. And that pool we've been talking about is from our friends at Just Pools, located on the West Outer Road in Arnold. To be exact, it's 3987 West Outer Road. I don't know if you know this or not, but they're an authorized Pentair warranty service repair station. And I mentioned that the other day. My client Angie said, I'm so glad you said that. I had no idea. But I've got a Pentair. And if you do, no reason to go elsewhere. They can take care of it for you. They also can make sure that your pool looks like this. So don't take it on yourself. Take your water up, let them test it, and then put in exactly what they say, and immediately, and I do mean immediately, your pool will look exactly as it's supposed to. So it's important to have that alkalinity, the pH, the chlorine, or the salt all balanced out properly so that you and your family and friends can enjoy your next several weeks of summer before the kids go back to school. 636-464-7110. All right, folks, do me a favor and share like crazy with everyone on your list, because since there was a little hiccup on Facebook this morning, again, we had 2 shows and now I've deleted the first and brought you the second in its full form. Share with your family, your friends, like, follow, subscribe. Let's get our YouTube number up to 1,000. And when we hit 1,000, we are giving away something very special. So even if you are following on Facebook, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page at The Real Monica Adams on YouTube. We are 100 away from 1,000. So tell everybody, just click subscribe. For all you 27,000 that I have on Facebook, all of you go over there and subscribe to my YouTube page, because sometimes we will put some special segments on YouTube that aren't on any other platform. I thank you all so very much. And I want to tell you about someone that we have coming up next Monday and Tuesday, Jenny Gabriel. She's with JG Optimal Wellness. And for ladies and men, ladies for sure, they always want me to do a show on hormones. Perimenopause happening in their 30s, menopause 40, 50, 60, dealing with postmenopause, but you don't have to deal with it the way some OBGYNs say, it's just a part of life. No, it's not. Jenny is a rock star. I mean, she's going to blow you away. So bring your questions to the table on our Medical Monday with Jenny Gabriel. And then on Tuesday, Generational Talk, the wonderful Diane Isbell and my mom are going to join us. It's time for us to do their generation to my generation to the younger generation, so that we pull all the generations together and we get respect across the board, right? And then coming up on Wednesday, we are going to talk with Dr. Shadi Hawatma for Osiris Med Spa, and I'm going to show you the cool peel. I don't know if you saw, but 2 days ago, I came on to you with no makeup on. In fact, if you look closely, still a little bit puffy here from having it done, but at least I was finally able to put some makeup on. It's when you first get it done, it kind of feels like sandpaper. And then I'm told that everybody, the reason why they do the cool peel is because it feels like you have baby skin, and it makes the pores smaller, or if not, almost non-existent, of not seeing the big pores. If you've got scarring from acne, or you have sunspots, age spots, those all get lighter. I've been hearing about it for a long time. I was apprehensive because of all of the fear mongering that took place by people saying, oh my God, it feels like a rubber band smacking you in the face. And I always was like, why would you want to do that? I finally, Dr. Shadi Hawatma said, Monica, no, it doesn't. If people have had that, they've had it done wrong. So sure enough, I went in, he put a numbing cream on my face for about 45 minutes. I had it done. And I swallowed for a second because I was a little fearful of, oh my gosh, what's getting ready to happen. He did it. I didn't even feel it, folks. And I've been texting tons of friends that have had cool peels elsewhere. And they're like, what do you mean you didn't feel it? And I said, I'm telling you. He said it's because he's a physician. And he's able to use, first of all, the machine he's able to use, the actual cool peel, and the medical grade numbing cream that he has. And that is why you don't feel it. So if you're wanting to beautify, you want to take about 10 years off of yourself, I can't wait to show you how it looks next week. And from what I'm told, everybody has it done because they like to see the glow. So there you go. Julie Purcell, I want to be put in the drawing. Okay. Awesome job, Ruby. Way to go, Janis. You're awesome. I follow Ruby. She is so excited about this. Yeah. About the Ryman. Yeah. What can you do for an 87-year-old? Carol, I can do anything, just like you saw me do with Janis. If you're interested in having me train you, I do private training, I do semi-private training, and if we have enough, I do classes as well. But most of my clients like the semi-private and the private focus. I just brought on actually a brand new client who is training with me right now, just within the last month and a half. So, Carol, why don't you reach out to me? Again, my email, I'll put it up on the screen here to make it easy for you. It is info@TheRealMonicaAdams.com. This one, of course, says if you'd like to become a sponsor, if you have guests or topics you want me to cover, or anything, just shoot me an email. Carol, my mother is 87. She is on a trampoline every morning. She works out with bands. She works out with dumbbells. She works out with barbells. I have a 93-year-old client I used to train that was doing planks on the ground, doing push-ups. Obviously, we have to work through any injuries or anything that a doctor wants you to stay away from. So as I always show you these workouts, check with your doctor before you do those and make sure that they say, yes, this is something you can do. So if you feel like there's anything that's holding you back, don't do it on your own. That's why you hire a trainer. So yeah, a lot on tap. So again, Jenny Gabriel on Monday for Medical Monday and Hormones. Tuesday, Generational Talk with Diane Isbell, my mother. Wednesday, the Cool Peel. Finally showing you firsthand. I'm going through it so that you can see what you'll do and what the results will be. By next week, Wednesday, we'll be able to really show you the glow. And then Thursday, it's our live show once again at the T-Spout in Chesterfield at 11 a.m. How many of you are coming out? We would love to see you. Again, stop by either in person and have breakfast with us, or really quick, stop by in person and grab something to go. Take a look around, buy something for yourself that you can take back home because her shop is amazing. There's probably things here you've never even heard of before that all have to do with your wellness. Enjoy, read a book, just take in all the people who are like-minded that want more health in their world. At the T-Spout on Instagram, the tspoutstl.com online, the Mobile Monica, July 31st at the T-Spout in Chesterfield. That's all coming up for you again next week. Can't wait to see you. In our Foodie Friday segment will be with Foodies Eat First, a big festival coming into St. Louis. We've got a packed show. There's the rundown. A lot of people always ask me if I can tell them what shows are coming up for the next week. Well, there you go. Now you're all up to date. I love you all very much. I don't have the book here for me this morning with regards to faith, so I'm just going to tell you this. God's got you, even though sometimes you feel like you're walking this path alone. Trust me, he's right there by your side. He's paving the path for you. He's asking you to walk. Sometimes he has to put his footsteps before yours, and then you walk within them. And then when he feels like you have it, he's right there by your side. In the times of darkness, he carries you. That's why you only see 2 footprints. When you see the 4, it's you walking side by side. I hope that just gave you a chill. It gave me one. I love you all dearly. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you Monday morning. Don't forget, meet different people throughout the weekend. Get out of your own way and show them kindness.